Right, just gonna do it. Right, just gonna do a quick introduction. This camera is that? Am I looking at the right one? I know, but if I look at the camera, I can't. Do you know it's like looking at yourself in the mirror? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay, right. Sorry. Oh yeah, that's the purpose of that. Oh yeah. So right. Welcome back to Everything from Nottingham, Ireland's most televised show. That won't make sense to the audience, will it? We're looking at, okay, yeah, there's a big TV now there behind the camera that you can't see. It doesn't matter, it's all irrelevant information. Oh, yeah, nice,
trippy.
Oh, that's the old back garden too. Yeah. So welcome back to Everything from Nottingham. If you're available on YouTube and Spotify, if you're watching this and want to listen to the audio only version, you can do so at Spotify. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, as most people in Belgium are, you can watch this at youtube.com/everythingfromnottingham.
Or you can send us money.
Oh,
we're very receptive to money.
Yeah. All the money will go into the podcast.
We've got $5 so far. Have much we got?
Yeah, I think that my parents donated a $5 and $10, and someone donated €40 actually to the Spotify.
That was lovely.
That was really cool. Yeah. We're working on getting. We're constantly working on getting.
We're up near £55 now.
Yeah, might get now. Yeah, so like we're gonna keep saving up, and then we're gonna get loads of good equipment. So
Kieran's selling a kidney.
That's good.
I actually would for that equipment. We're trying to get new equipment, and if you could sell a kidney, I actually would.
So we're open to offers. How much are you selling the kidney for?
Wait, it has to be a donation.
Donation.
For the kidney, you're not allowed to sell organs anymore.
Okay. Since when?
I know some rule, but like it would be a donation for your kidney.
Yeah, donation of what, $2,000 for a kidney.
Yeah,
I was thinking about $2,500.
Okay, $2,500.
I've got good kidneys as well. Like I drank 2 liters whiskey before and I was fine. That's like good. Or is that liver or kidneys?
I don't know.
Liver.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
So I might have bad kidneys.
Would you sell a liver? Can you sell a liver?
You can sell pieces of because your liver regenerates.
Oh.
So you can actually give away.
Okay, that's on offer too for $2,500.
So if you can donate to us, do. Anyway, we're joined by Amir today. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. And so, you actually, I met you in your new shop that you recently opened, and I seen the shop was open, but I didn't know you actually opened it. It's called Q Mobile in Thurles.
Yeah, Q Mobile and Modified Vaping.
Yeah. So what is it? Sorry,
Q Mobile and Modified Vaping.
Ah, okay, cool. And you just recently set up a shop in Thurles, and you're not from Thurles originally? Like, where are you from originally, and when did you come to Thurles?
Originally, I'm from Bangladesh. I came to Thurles back in 2014.
Okay, right.
What was the jump to get you over to Thurles?
I think you all know the restaurant, the Stars of India.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was opened by my cousin sister back in 2009.
That's down the man.
In Slivnaman, yeah.
Slivnaman,
right.
Yeah, lovely, yeah. Your cousin's sister opened that, is it?
Yeah. So I came to help her, in 2014. She was struggling with this stuff,
Yeah. And what did you think? Was Thurles Thurles, you came straight from there to Thurles? You weren't anywhere else in Ireland first?
No.
Okay. And what was your first impressions of Thurles?
See, this world now is so busy place. People doesn't have time to talk,
Yeah.
When I came to Thurles, I feel like in back home, same kind of thing, people are saying good morning in the morning.
Yeah.
And when they're walking by, they're saying hi, they have time for that,
Yes.
That kind of things are going now, slowly.
And do you still think that's still there in Thurles, or even in Thurles, do you think it's sort of fading a bit, would you?
In Thurles, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen most in Thurles, I've been to for a tour in Dublin or some other cities, Limerick.
Cool, yeah.
But I don't see that,
Okay,
it's only in Thurles. Probably people know each other.
Yeah.
Did you intend to stay here?
Not in the beginning, no. Not in the beginning. I just came for 6 months to 1 year.
Yeah.
Then I worked for my cousin for a year.
Yeah.
And then, when you work with your family, you are not comfortable,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking for a job. I applied in Circle K, which was at Topos, and I got the job there and all.
Yeah.
And I worked there around 4 years.
Cool.
Yeah. I remember you seeing it, like, I have a few late nights or that, like, because it was 24 hours, only 24-hour shop in Thurles. And, you might be having a drink for a few days in a row kind of thing. And then it might get to, like, 2 or 3 in the morning or something, and be like, oh, if I need, like, water or something, or I don't know, maybe a pack of fruit pastilles or something, anything really that you're taking the time. But I go up there like
Petrol.
and it was always sorry.
Petrol.
Petrol, at 2
drink
o'clock
that
in the
at-
morning. yeah.
But everybody likes to drink at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, and I remember just going up there and like you were always, I don't know, I remember that's when I first noticed you. I just thought you were like the most. It's funny that was the first thing you said you noticed about Thurles was that everyone was friendly, because like that was like the first thing I noticed about you. Like you were just extremely friendly. It was like infectious or something, that like you were so welcoming, which is a hard thing to do at that job, because like working, the latest hours, you're working the nighttime, 24-hour shop. Like how was that for you? Did you enjoy working there? Because you were always...
I did,
Okay.
The thing is, I don't look at it as a work, I look at it as a time,
Okay.
The time I spend anywhere, Or when I meet people,
Yeah.
I try to smile,
Yeah.
because smile is contagious,
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
smile at them, they will smile at someone else, Do you know what I mean? It's like a charity,
I know.
Yeah.
It makes someone's day.
Yeah.
But night shifts are really, really...
And night shifts are
hard.
really, really
Yeah.
tired,
Yeah,
I
because
worked a lot.
not because of the work, because you're forcing yourself to be awake,
Yeah.
That kind of 3 a.m. time
Yeah.
is horrible. That's like the worst time. If you can make it through till about 4:35,
Really?
that's all right.
Why do you think that is? Just because you're near the end or something?
No, I think like it's a physiological, biological thing. Like
Ah.
your body seems to dip the most, like the body temperature and metabolic rate and things
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
right.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, right.
I remember I used to go in there every night for a cup of tea. Do you remember that? Like,
Yeah.
so every night. So what I did, I gave up cigarettes, right? Well, and I used to buy the cigarettes at about 11 o'clock in Circle K,
Yeah.
or whatever, Stat Isle. So instead of buying cigarettes, I used to buy a cup of tea. And I just
Right.
kept doing it for a couple of years,
Yeah.
That's mad.
every single night.
Yeah, you do some
Ritual.
bad habit. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's a
it was
ritual.
A ritual,
Yeah, I couldn't. I could give up
I
cigarettes.
think no sugar, yeah.
No sugar, that's
No.
it. Yeah, exactly. You know it, yeah.
So you used to make the tea, was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
It was like every night, and I was going. And some nights I'd drive past and go, right, I'm not going to bother with the tea now. And then I get here
Yeah.
and I go, no, I'd have to drive back and get it.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
That's
But
mad.
anyway, but yeah, I noticed you were always in good form and smiling. And this whole thing like that the customer is always right and all that. But I don't know.
That's
There must
bullshit.
be times where you want to pull the head off the customer. Is there?
Oh, like around 4 or 5 o'clock, you
Yes.
just sit down for a
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
half an hour, you
Yeah.
take a break,
Yeah.
and then there's deliveries comes and all that,
Mm.
But thing is, like people in Thurles, even like night out when they go for night out, Friday and Saturday,
Yeah.
they're not misbehaving,
Okay.
That's a good part,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like even when they're so drunk,
Yeah.
still they're in good form, like
Yeah.
they're having a crack, like
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that is really cool. I was gonna say, so like, is there anything you miss about home, like Bangladesh?
Well, I miss about my dad, my
Okay.
mother, she passed away back in 2011,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and then my dad got remarried again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my dad is same as me, like he looks same as me. He
Yeah.
smile as well.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you got it from? So your dad,
Yeah.
like the contagious smile. That's really cool.
And do you have siblings in Bangladesh still?
One sister, yeah,
Oh.
and one younger brother. He's in England, yeah.
Okay.
So he's doing engineering, he's settled now. So
Yeah.
Which part of England is he in?
he's in Midland, Staffordshire.
Oh, it's close to where I
Yeah.
grew up. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so he works in Tamworth, a place called.
Tamworth.
Yeah,
It's really close to where I grew up.
yeah.
That's
It's
mad.
strange. It's not a big place. Yeah.
And sorry, what are you doing?
Just like the difference, kind of like because you've been here for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
And what did you find were the biggest sort of cultural differences when you first came here?
Cultural difference.
Or like the things that kind of struck you the most of like, wow, like things you
Like-
weren't expecting or biggest differences?
Yeah. Like something you seen that I suppose that you definitely didn't see home, like that.
Drinking.
Drinking, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, wow. And they're very good at drinking
Like-
here.
Like
Yeah.
in Ireland, I seen in every street they have pub now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're famous, for that,
Yeah.
And back home, in every street, there's a tea stall.
Oh, lovely.
There's a what, sorry?
Tea stall.
Tea
What's
stall.
that?
Tea, tea,
Tea.
tea shop.
Drinking
Oh,
tea
so
shop,
it's like a pub for
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
A tea pub.
Tea pub. Okay.
There'll be snacks and all that tea, Always people are going there for chats. It's same, actually. It's kind of same as Ireland,
Yeah.
After work, people go there,
Tea.
They know and known as hotel,
Yeah.
Okay.
small hotel, you know. So
Yeah.
they sell teas, you know, some
Lovely.
snacks, and people go there, have one tea, and talk, you know, with their friends. You know, same as here, you know.
Yeah.
You know, people go to pub, you know, after work, have a
They don't
chat.
often have just one though. You're saying that in Bangladesh they have one cup of tea and
One
then
or two, yeah. One, two, yeah.
Here people
Yeah.
don't stop
Like
in the
in
pub. with one or
pub,
two.
there's a snooker,
Okay.
and in tea stall they have carom boards. Do you know
Oh,
carom
okay.
boards?
No, what's that? Sorry.
Throwing dice thing, is it? No.
No, it's not the dice things. It's called carom boards. So it's a board,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you play with the flick.
Okay.
What are you flicking?
You're flicking something. I don't know.
Well, is it? So, what? So it's
How-
like is it
how
a
that-
game or something?
It's a
Yeah,
game,
game,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Okay.
game, yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Flick
okay.
game, like Subudio.
Okay. Right.
Subudio with something else, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. it's-
And was it like so? Like yeah, it was a really social thing. Like what is drinking a big thing at all over there? Like or
No, like see, in Bangladesh, majority people are like 85% are Muslim.
okay.
So, and Muslim people, they don't drink because it's prohibited
For
in
their
their
religion,
religion, you know.
Okay. Right.
And then we have, you know, 5%, around 3 to 5% are Christian,
Okay.
and then the rest of them are Hindus and Buddhists, you know.
okay.
So it's a diversity country, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there
yeah.
a few pubs or hotels where you can get alcohol or not?
You can get in international hotels,
Yeah.
but you have to get the permit, you know.
Okay.
Oh.
And
So
I bet
like
it's
it does-
expensive too.
Yeah, that's only for the tourists or
Yeah.
the people who goes from foreigners, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have
Ah.
the specific, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to
yeah.
show, you have to give your identity, and then they'll serve you, you know, on those hotels. But that's mainly in Chittagong or in Dhaka, you know.
Okay.
Have you ever
Okay.
had a drink?
No,
Oh.
never tried.
Right.
I had
Yeah.
to ask.
What religion did you grow up on? Do you mind me asking? Like, what-
Islam.
Islam. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
And is drinking is that a thing within the Islam religion?
yeah.
Okay, right. Is it sort of because I know a lot of religions do take drinking as a very ritualistic thing, where I think like a lot of them did, yeah, but like it became, or it was like, you know, a very not a sacred thing. I don't know what way to explain it. Like it was, people were aware, like it wasn't just like, I don't know, it was a real event or anything like that. Like is drinking sort of connected to the religion? I don't know how to explain that. Like I
See,
know
like-
it's not.
Do you know, I'll tell you, explain you, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know, the people, like 85% in Muslim,
Yeah.
they not all are practicing, you know.
Okay.
Mm.
So, but in drinking, you know, like when you grow up with your parents, you know, they tell you, you know,
Yeah.
it's prohibited, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the script, in the book,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like Quran, or
Yeah.
maybe you say in Bible, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or some other religion, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how you grown up in your mentality, you know. And then you
Right.
don't try it, you know.
I know.
Oh,
Do you know what I
wow.
mean?
Like conditioning.
My
Yeah.
very good friend of mine converted
Okay.
to Islam, you know, and he would have drank a lot and taken a lot of drugs and all sorts of things.
Okay.
But his take on it was that you lose control of your sense. You know what I mean? That you're not
Yeah.
responsible when you're.
Ah,
Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? That, I don't know,
Yeah.
and that you could do anything like when you're drunk. And
that's
that was
not you, like.
That's not you. Yeah, exactly. So that's why he doesn't drink or
Ah,
take
right.
drugs anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
my.
I don't know. Is that the right way or what?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you know exactly how what he said? You know, that's what was explained. You know,
Okay.
and it's prohibited. No, I kind of studied, you know, the Christianity and Islam. You know,
Yeah.
because when I grow up, you know, I wanted to see, you know, what I'm doing,
Differences
you know,
or
and
so,
everything. You know, like
Yeah.
I love differences. To be
Yes,
honest, you
yes.
know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it makes people beautiful. You know, to
That's
be
really
honest. you
true.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Like my mom used to say when I was very young, you know, do you know, like when you're a kid, you know, I used to fight with your, you know,
Yeah, brother
brother, siblings, or friends in school, you know, and they go
Yeah.
tell home your mom you're not in good mood, you know,
Yeah,
you had
Yeah.
to fight with someone. And my mom, I used to ask me what happened, you know, so I
Yeah.
explained her, you know, but she told me one best thing in my life, you know, and
Yeah.
I actually, you know, I actually try to follow that, you know. She
Yeah.
said, maybe, you know, like maybe I'll get along with you, you know,
Yes.
somebody will not.
Yeah.
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 But that doesn't make you a bad person, you know.
Yes,
you know,
true.
Because
Yeah.
I see the good in you,
Yes.
somebody else sees the bad habits in you, you know.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it's everyone is good.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world is good. They have friends. You know, like they only know people like without friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, like
True,
Oh, definitely.
if you think like this way, you know.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
def-
I really relate to that. Like in my job. You have to find something to like about every patient that you work with.
You're a psych.
I work in psychiatry and mental health.
Okay.
But because it's very, very hard to kind of help somebody if you don't see some good in them, you know, if you don't, because you can't do a lot to help somebody that you don't like in particular, you know.
I think
really important.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, I think as well, like, there's always part of, like, sometimes people, like you're saying, is just like sometimes, like, you won't get along with people, and sometimes I think people think that, like, not getting along with something equates to them being a bad person, when it's just like, no, your whatever, your vision, your visions, your ideas, your opinions, they just don't match. It doesn't mean that just because the other person is saying something completely different that, like, well, a lot of people have this bad habit of making out that, like, people with the opposite opinion must be bad people, because in your head you're right, so someone who's saying the opposite thing is wrong, and therefore if you're good, then the opposite of that is bad.
There's a lot of similarities in Islam and Christianity as well.
It is, yeah.
And and the other thing, there's lots of things in Islam that would be Christian as well, but we just have abandoned them, like like usury and interest and all that kind of thing. That wasn't that's against the Christian religion as well.
So
like I'm borrowing money off you and paying you interest and all that. That's against both religions, but we seem to turn a blind eye because it's convenient.
Yeah, okay, right. And I'm curious about this, because it's easy to tell when you look at, like, countries in like America, England and Ireland, like, the rate of sort of the traditions, religions and stuff, like, the traditions and practices of religions have sort of just like stopped. Like, in a lot of these countries, there's still small groups, whereas, like, you know, even, like, not that long ago, everyone in Ireland was going to mass every single Sunday. That's not the case anymore. There's a very, very tiny amount of people doing it now. Like, I'm curious over, like, in Bangladesh and that, like, has there been, with sort of, you know, countries over there connecting to the internet and sort of blending with, like, you know, the whole world is sort of blending together. Is that thing over there, like, is there a lot less sort of, you know, really hard, like, has religion sort of died down? Is it less intense now? Like, do you know what I mean? Not intense, but is it less sort of expected?
No, it's not less intense, you know, but it is. People are practicing, you know. But you know, now the world, everyone has their own rights, you know. If someone doesn't want to follow, you know, you cannot force him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, even you can teach your kids, but when he's grown up, you know, that's his own decision, you know, what to do, you know. Do you know what I mean? Unless he's not doing a crime.
Yeah. So that's kind of a better way. Like, so when you're saying, so you're giving the kids more of an option. In Ireland, now that kids feel like they have more of an option, there's a lot less of them choosing the option to be religious. Is there less kids becoming religious in Bangladesh?
It depends on their parents.
Okay, right. Okay.
So like, suppose if their parents suppose they don't follow any religion, you know, like they don't tell people, you know, because you know. Yeah. And then if they don't follow any religion, your kids will not follow religion, you know.
Yeah.
But probably I would say, you know, most of the people are practicing over there, you know. And then the best part, you know, he said, you know, it's so much similarity, you know, to Christianity, you know, and Islam, because like in Islam, if you want to be Muslim, you have to believe in Jesus.
Okay. You know? Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Because they're all book religions, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like all the book religions have that commonality.
Even like the Prophet Moses, you know, you have to believe in him if you want to be Muslim, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to believe in all the prophets, you know.
Yeah,
in different religions, there's different prophets, you know.
But do you think all the books? I always like they always seem like they're saying the same thing with just different names, like as in the same bottom line beliefs, like, which obviously I think. Yeah,
like it's you follow just one God, you know.
Yeah.
But only difference in, you know, between Christianity and Islam, it's just we believe in Jesus as a prophet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Christianity, they believe him as a son of God, you know.
Okay, right.
That's the major one, you know.
Okay, so he's not the son of God in.
We believe in as a prophet.
Okay, you know. A prophet to come, is that one? Okay.
No, he was the second last prophet, and then in Islam we believe that he's not died yet. He's gonna come back.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back before the you know.
Who's that?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same in Christianity. Like
he's gonna come back. You know, he's not died yet. You know.
Yeah.
That's what Muslim believe. You know.
That's the same in Christianity, like the second coming of Christ, and
I didn't have any clue about Christianity, you know, to be honest. And when I came in Ireland, you know, and then you know the church still bells and everything, and then I was wondering, you know, the people in Thurles, you know, like I was kind of curious, you know, like I want to learn something about them, you know.
Yeah.
So I see people when they are crossing, you know, by the church. So they're doing this, you know, why they're doing this. You know, I used to Google and I used to learn, you know, things, you know. And I find it very good, you know, like to learning about others, you know. So then it's easy for anyone to get along with people, you know.
Yeah.
And you respect their belief, you know, what they do, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like I seen people, you know, on YouTube. They are like they don't follow any religion,
okay,
you know, but they are not against anybody, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? But I kind of respect that, you know.
Yeah. I think there's like I think people just are so intense about. There's so many like times now where like the problem is like people rather than like just going to church and praying to what you believe in. There's a sense of like trying to like. There's a lot of people putting a lot more energy on trying to tell other people their religions are wrong rather than putting the energy into praying to God or whatever. And that also applies to people who are atheists as well. There's a lot of people like you see out there who are like atheists who are like giving out to people for believing in God, and it's like your same thing. You're doing it's hypocrisy. Like you're doing the same thing that you're angry at. Like, and it doesn't matter what you believe in. It's like that's down to the individual, you know, to not be. I don't know. It's just the whole thing of people putting all their energy on like what others are doing rather than what they're doing, and I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you found much community here? Like I know you came over because there was family here, but
they Well, when I came here, you know, I didn't expect, you know, will be some friends who's from same area as my mother's from, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have them, you know.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
To be honest.
were they all? Did you know that they were here when you came here?
No.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that was just a random.
That's amazing.
You know.
Thurles is a weird town. Like Thurles is, I don't know. Like it's funny. Like it'd be, I don't know how to. What do you like? Do you when you went to other places? Right? Like, do you think people in Thurles are weird?
I did when I first came here.
I think
Did you?
so.
Yeah.
I did. The second I came out of out of Clonmel Hospital.
When you started treating us first.
Oh yeah.
Haley's our doctor. We're only allowed to do this if she stays and supervises.
Yeah.
Social support. Yeah.
I don't actually know.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't
So he's trying to trap you
'Cause that
into a
would be a
quote.
judgment,
That'll be the
wouldn't
quote.
it?
Thurles
sorry?
people are weird.
They're trying to get an intro.
That would be a judgment, wouldn't it?
What?
We don't do judgments.
Hey, no,
here.
I know. I think weird is good. Like that's what I'm asking. Like I know. Yeah, I know. Weird can have bad connotation. I genuinely think weird is
Hey,
weird is good.
Thing I liked
Standing out
I was in a mosque or whatever, and thing I found about
in a mask.
Mosque.
Oh, mosque. Sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Were you in a mosque in a mosque?
You should have been.
I think I wasn't. No,
Okay.
I was just in
On
a
that
mosque
particular
on its
day.
own. But
Oh, like anyone can go to mosque, you know that.
Okay.
Same as church, like, you know.
Is there
It was-
some in Ireland? Like, is there any
There's one on-
near here?
Well,
in
Parnell
Thurles?
Street
In Parnell
Oh, is there?
Street,
Okay,
But
cool.
I was in, apart from the one in Parnell
It's very
Street,
small though. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a very
okay.
small community.
I
you know,
was
like.
in one in
Okay.
Glasgow for a wedding, and what I found about was it was quite relaxing. It's very relaxing because you don't have all the images and stuff that we have in the church. I do like the ones in the church and the drama of all that as well, but this was all patterns and stuff like that. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
pictures.
Oh, I
and
love those.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Mosques are
there's something
lovely.
relaxing about that. Just like even the pattern on our mugs or whatever.
They're neutral.
They're just they relax you or something.
Yeah.
Just not looking at images.
Well,
you
it's
know.
it's not because I think like you know, and again, like I'm the same. I love like the Catholic and Christian church as well. The designs of them and stuff. I think all churches. I think any building in the world that was built for something like that, like I think is always amazing. For something sacred or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the one thing I do think is different is in the mosque you don't have loads of eyes looking at you, like statues and it's very like, oh, like here's Mary there looking down on you.
There's nothing, and there's no guilt.
Like
she's not looking at you with the sorrowful eyes.
No.
Like what you were at all week or whatever. There's no guilt.
Then she looks at, I go in there and you see Mary looking at me, like I know in my heart and soul I did nothing wrong, but she's looking at me like something else happened, and I'm just
and
like,
then Jesus on the cross looking at you as well.
Yeah, as if I could get, if they didn't, I don't know.
But then again, I do like the kind of drama of all that.
It's cool as well. It's all symbolism, I think, at the end of the day. But yeah, it is cool. But yeah, I know what you mean, like the
but
patterns.
that is it, isn't it? That's with all the mosques. They're all like that.
They're all like that, you know. Like there'll be a mosque, like a poor community in Bangladesh, probably there's no roof on it.
Okay.
You know? It's just a mosque, you know, because they cannot afford money, you know.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's the belief of people, you know. It brings hope, you know. Like even if you follow Christian religion, you know, and suppose if you go to depression or anything, you know.
Yeah.
The only hope you can look for, you know, thinking about future, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's really important.
Like when you talk about God or Allah,
yeah,
or any religion, you know, it brings hope, you know. You have someone to talk to, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That kind of way, you know. And then like if someone doesn't follow religion, suppose, they have their own right.
Yeah.
And they have reason as well, you know, like everybody has their rights, you know, they to ask question, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like if you
definitely
automatically, you know, in your head, you know, okay, why should I follow this, you know?
Yeah. That's I think everyone should, even if you're really religious about something, I think it's a very healthy thing. Like, you know, if I'm like crazy, like if I'm really Catholic and Christian, I still think it's a very healthy thing for at some stage to be like, yeah, but what if? Because I think if you can ask what if and still come back to, okay, but I still believe in it, then you know it's sort of more true to you. Does that make sense? Whereas if like, no, I know it's real, and anyone that tries to tell you otherwise, and you're like, and if someone's like, no, it's real, I don't want to hear it. But like, if you can be brave enough to question your faith for a minute and then to find that you still believe in it, does that make sense?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
challenging your own belief system.
Yeah, and
like
then it strengthens the faith if you can get back to there. Only good can come from that. You'll either find that you are following something that wasn't true to your heart, because I think regardless what the thing is, that's the important thing.
What's Bangladesh like with these tea rooms and all this kind of thing? And
Bangladesh is like overpopulated country, you know.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
So
okay.
It's the same size as Ireland.
Okay.
Like
all Ireland, you know.
The land
Yeah, the land size, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's about 160 million.
Wow. Fuck. Jesus.
Yeah.
Cut that
It's
out.
not enough.
Yeah, we're going to stop swearing. Was that the only
160 million, and then we allow 1 million refugees as well.
Wow.
Few years back.
1 million what?
Refugees.
Okay,
you know, in Myanmar, you know, Rohingya community. So we welcome them, you know, because they didn't have anywhere to go, you know.
Okay. But like, you're living in houses like this, or is it high rise, or what is it?
The living cost is too high, yeah.
High?
Yeah, way too high, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's more than it's more than...
Like 160 million, I'm just thinking of the storage.
Is it spread out, or is it like, you know, in New York, is it built up? I know it's
like in cities, like, you know, overpopulated, like, you know. Dhaka is the, I think, second highest or probably the first overpopulated city in the world.
Oh.
And do you still have rural areas, or is it kind of, you do?
Yeah.
It's not like Singapore where
like,
it's just all...
Like, it's very surprising, you know, like when there's a festival, like, you know, like Christmas, we say Eid, So when there's the Eid day, you see city is empty.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
People are going back to their families, you know. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then what makes, you know, like what makes for me to come in Ireland and be part of Ireland, you know what is? It's, you know, the area I'm from, Sylhet,
What?
The area I'm from called Sylhet.
Okay.
From Bangladesh. It's completely different than any other country, you know.
Okay.
Like there's probably 8 county. Now there should be 6 county, now 8 county in Bangladesh. Each county has so much differences between them, you know. Even the language wise as well. There's a different dialect, you know, than each county, you know.
And what did you think of hurling, the sport? What did you think of that? Come over. Were you aware of it when you were over home?
I haven't, no.
Yeah,
but when you question, you know, that's a good question.
When you're talking about counties, there.
When I came to Ireland, you know, in September 2014, I remember Tipperary won against Kilkenny.
Yes.
God.
What year was that? 2010.
2014.
14.
In September or October, there was a match, and I was watching that, and I was so excited, and and I was thinking of points, you know, how does the points work, you know. and I found this, the hurling is so much good,
Yeah.
physical sports,
Yeah.
you're running with the bat, the ball,
Yeah.
so physically you automatically will be fit if you play hurling,
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah.
do nothing,
Definitely. Yeah.
it's a very good sport,
It's a sport where you move like every muscle, like just to sort of, you're swinging your arms and your legs around in all sorts of places.
Did you play cricket growing
Yeah,
up? Yeah, you
cricket.
did.
So I love cricket and badminton,
So you could be good at hurling, I think.
Oh,
Very
I'm good at a little bit badminton,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I play for my Kaki Boris in
No way.
Littleton.
McCarthy Burris,
Yeah.
fair
No
play.
way.
My
That's
Kaki Boris in
class.
Littleton.
Yeah.
Because when I came, a few of my friends, they also like to play.
Yeah.
And one of my friend called Salim, my friend,
Okay.
he plays badminton very well.
Oh wow.
So we didn't had a club in Thurles to join, So we was
Yeah.
looking for a club
Yeah.
nearby Thurles.
Yeah.
And then we found a club, my Kaki Boris, and we joined them, and they were so welcoming,
Oh, good.
so welcoming.
Yeah.
The chairman, Martina Head, and Sean and Nikki Hennessy, they were so welcoming. They were so.
Yeah.
And then when we joined them, and they were so glad that we joined them because we own some cups for them as well.
Good.
Were they a bit rubbish till you joined them?
And we joined there.
You can't say that about McCarthy Burris.
Yeah.
I'm just admiring Amir's diplomacy. Just when I asked the question.
And then I think in Thurles there was a club probably 25 years ago,
Okay.
and they opened again
Oh,
2-3 years ago. I think Morgan Lanigan.
I know
Oh, Morgan. Yeah. He's GEA coach that plays metal music. He's good.
Yeah.
Morgan's really sound. Like he does all sorts
That's
of
the
things.
best part about Bangladeshi and Ireland people. They love sport.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's a very industrious Bangladesh. Like you see loads of things made in Bangladesh. Like
Yeah,
and
cloth-wise,
big
yeah.
factories, clothes, yeah.
Clothes, yeah. So
Yeah.
they're the second highest exporter of the clothes.
In the world.
Really?
Wow.
Probably
Who's the highest?
out
China?
of 6 people here are wearing Bangladeshi clothes. 4 of them,
Oh, that's
Only-
mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're all in your checked shirt.
Yeah,
uniform.
this is a weird thing. We're all.
Do you
I
reckon- is this
I've never
Bangladesh?
worn this in like
I think so.
months.
I
You
think
probably
so.
can check the
And
back.
license.
and nobody fucking told me, or
That-
I could have worn one.
Yeah, license wearing one too. Like
Does
it's
it
it's
say
mad.
Bangladesh there?
Huh?
Does it say it? No.
Better not say China. Now you're doing that. There's
Yeah.
French connection.
Say it down there.
What you were saying about the tea as well, like tea plantations and stuff
Yeah.
in Bangladesh.
It's a
Spain.
big thing, in tea. Like, see, we were colonized by British probably a few hundred years ago. And
we
they
got
left-
everywhere.
Yeah, so they left us about 200 years ago, and they left us with so many tea gardens,
All right.
We
No
did
way.
some good.
You
Did
brought
some
them
good
tea.
from us. Yeah, man.
Rotten tea.
Says
The
made
world
in
loves
India.
tea.
We would have brought
Yeah.
you hurling.
Bangladesh.
Oh, is it? No way. This one's Spain. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
t-shirts,
So
Um,
tea.
tea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about tea, yeah. So
Yeah.
we have so many tea gardens. The county I'm from is called Sylhet, and the whole county is surrounded by tea gardens,
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, most
Can you
of it.
smell it? Like, can you smell the tea in the air?
You
the tea
can, yeah.
plants? Yeah.
So it's exactly like this leaf, the green leaf
Ah,
there.
yeah.
Little bit bigger,
Yeah.
And it's very hard work. The people who work there, it's very hard.
I bet the money is shit as well.
Yeah, and they get paid weekly, just like British.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Fine.
Exactly the same system,
Yeah.
Why do people usually get paid in Bangladesh? Not weekly, no?
monthly.
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 Ah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's-
only the people who works in the tea gardens they get paid weekly.
And is there big old beautiful buildings like tea emporiums and all this kind of thing? No.
There is, yeah. There's a tea museum in Molibajar, one county. Well, not a county, district.
And is it a whole tourist industry based on that? No?
There is, yeah, there is. But the people, like most people knows about India. Like some people get confused. They think Bangladesh is India.
Okay.
Because the Bangladesh is surrounded by India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that's
whole
all.
whole country is surrounded by India.
Yeah.
Just one part is Bay of Bengal.
So what's the history of that? Why is it like how did
Split
that
up,
never become integrated? Like how did it not? Yeah. Like why is Bangladesh in the middle of India?
See, when British left, when British went,
Partition.
the company name called East of India,
Yeah.
East India, they
East
went,
India
yeah.
Company,
Yeah,
yeah.
the- they- yeah, so they went in India, which was Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and
Okay.
some other countries,
Mm.
all together,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they went there, in the name of, trade,
Okay. Yeah.
That was the beginning, you know.
Very diplomatic way of saying it.
Yeah, in the name of trade. In the name of trade. Yeah.
In the name of robbing the place blind.
In the name of trade. That's right.
Yeah, like they came to Ireland in the name of trade.
No, they did actually. They did because
I know.
yeah.
Yes, we do.
So we
I
had
wouldn't say no.
we had
say that.
one third, you know, 1/3 wealth of the world, you know.
It's not you. It's not your
I-
fault. Don't say we. Don't
Yeah.
get yourself. You're not to blame.
1/3 of the wealth in India, you know, like
Yeah.
Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, because we used to produce muslin clothes. There's a
kind of
cloth muslin,
Oh yeah.
muslin
Okay.
clothes, and it's very light, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
very posh.
Yeah, yeah.
Roman used to buy, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, Roman
Okay.
Empire used to buy them, you know, and they went there, and then, you know, they said we're gonna build, you know, train lines, all that, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's how they was capturing, you know, the whole areas and everything, you know.
We hypnotized the world
Yeah.
with our railways.
And they
Yeah.
they
We just went
they
everywhere. Railways.
Train, choo choo.
Yeah.
they put taxes on people and all that, you know, and they were, you know, they were getting the corpse and everything, you know, and people were starved to death, you know. 3 million people died. I remember when I was reading one of the book, 3 million people died, starved to death, you know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they didn't have food, you know, because the Winston Churchill, you know, I think he made a wrong decision. They say
Yeah.
this is how like they say, you know, that he made a wrong decision. And,
decision.
Wrong
you know,
decision.
Jesus.
yeah.
What was the decision? Say a little bit more about that. Like, what
No,
happened?
like, you know, see, like back in those days time, you know, everyone were farmer, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they used to put taxes on them.
Okay.
They used to loot their corpse, you know, rice, everything,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
you know.
And what happened? Like, what did Winston? Like, what happened there? What decision did he make? Like, he made the wrong. Like you're saying, tax and then was the wrong
Yeah,
decision.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a mad thing. Like. Yeah.
I think there were a
And
few
then-
wrong decisions made around that
And
time.
and then
It
when they
does.
left, you know, when they left, that's a very upsetting thing, you know.
Yeah.
When British left, they actually divided people
Oh, okay.
in the name of
Yeah, it was-
in the
that
name
was
of religion, you
horrendous.
know.
have
No,
you,
no,
have
no.
you read that book, Freedom at Midnight?
I haven't know.
It's about the partition and when the British left.
Yeah.
It was a horrible.
It was a
story.
horrible situation, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how the
What's
whole
They'd have people. Oh, they just. How
They
did-
just drew up partitions of the land, like they just literally like at the end of World War II, like partition things up, and
and then they divided the both, like they divided two sides in the name of religion, Hindu and Muslim, you know.
yeah,
And that's how, and then
Jesus.
like Bangladesh went with Pakistan as the called East and West Pakistan, you know.
yeah.
Okay.
That was separate from India.
Yes.
And we were far from Pakistan, you know, and we thought like our country thought our Bengali community, you know,
Yeah.
they thought they will be better with Pakistan
Yes.
because they're Muslim and all that,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And we went with them, you know,
Okay.
and they were trying to do the same kind of things, you know, like same kind of things what British used to do, you know,
Yeah.
putting taxes and everything, you know.
Yeah.
And then one of the leader, you know, he elected as a prime minister
Yes.
for both country, and
Yeah.
they rejected him, you know.
All right.
And then they tried to, you know, take our language, you know,
Yeah.
like the language we speak called Bangla, back in 1952, which, you know, when we were separated from India, went with Pakistan, and that was the beginning actually. Like people thought, no, we want freedom, you know, we want to be freedom. We don't want to be with Pakistan.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
national identity.
Bangladesh on its own.
Yeah. So and then there was a war in 1971. His name is Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He got elected as a prime minister. And
Yeah.
Pakistan rejected him, you know, as a prime minister. You know,
Yeah.
and that's how the war started. You know, I think in 25th March or 24th March back in 1970, Pakistani soldiers came. They killed people overnight. You know, and there was like 9 months war. You know.
That's
But that
mad.
was like that, you know, because that was the stuff that Gandhi was trying to stop.
That was
With
that, no,
his-
that was in that was in British period. You know, I came a little bit forward. You know.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay.
But that was the stuff that Gandhi like had kind of prophesied. He'd seen ahead and sort of said, this is only going to
Yeah.
lead to more and more bloodshed when people are just going to want more and more division
Yeah.
and more identity. You're not blending. You know, the whole point of
Yeah.
states and countries and things is to kind of grow.
Blend it.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of grow unions and relationships.
Yeah.
you know.
And
that
then
did
you
the
know
opposite.
there was 9. Can you believe 9 months war with Pakistan, and then we got freedom. You know,
That
That's
was in the
mad.
70s, was it?
1971. Yeah,
Wow.
And then how did that?
3 million people died. You know.
In 9 months.
So after that
Whoa.
happened, like the country must have been in a bad state, was it? Or
It was, yeah.
And
It
then-
was, yeah. It was,
then
yeah.
it got better.
And then like the whole world supported us. You know.
Yeah.
Most of the country was supported us. You know.
Remember, was it
Yeah.
George Harrison had that concert in Bangladesh? Was it or was
Yeah.
that was in what late 70s?
George Harrison.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, George Harrison. Is he lad that looks like our grandfather?
Maharaj. Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Right, yeah. But that was kind of like an early version of Live Aid kind of thing.
Oh,
wasn't it?
right.
It was a concert for Bangladesh or something like that. I don't know that.
Yeah.
It was kind of. Was that in Bangladesh, that concert they had?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either, yeah.
What do you think of Irish? Like, what's your favorite type of music? Do you have a favorite type of music?
I used to like I used to listen to music every night, you know, and
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
stopped, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you listen to?
Everything you listen to our podcast now.
Yeah.
Is
No,
it-
Just the podcast took over.
Like-
Took
Oh.
too much time.
Like if you talk about music in Bangladesh, it's very, very, very rich about music, you know. There's
Yes.
so many type of
Oh,
music. you know.
really? Yeah.
Like there's a folk song, there's
Yeah.
a band, you know, rock song, you know,
Yeah.
all type of. Now I think hip hop is kind of low in Bangladesh,
Yeah.
but the all other things is very high. You know.
Okay. Have you gone to any concerts or festivals or anything since you've been in Ireland? Any music gigs?
I think one I did. I think I forgot the name. It's a huge thing, you know, in Ireland, you know.
Big festival.
Electric
Yeah.
Picnic.
Electric Picnic.
Yeah.
Oh, you at
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Hey, do you see any wild stuff? Do you see any mad stuff? Do you see any people? I don't know, I've seen some weird stuff. Have you ever seen anything like mad at a festival?
I seen people, few people stoned, you know.
Oh yeah.
Only a few.
Yeah.
Must have been a bad year.
Did you enjoy it? The festival?
Yeah, I did
Electric
just
Picnic.
for a day, you know, and
Yeah.
yeah, I did, yeah.
That's mad.
Was there any bands in particular you wanted to see, or
No, it's just
Oh.
I just wanted to see the crowd. To
Yeah.
be
Did you
honest,
camp?
I,
Did you
I
camp?
just wanted to see the festival, how it looked like.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
funny?
Because
Yeah.
people
big,
people
isn't
are
it?
so crazy for
Yeah.
it, you know, like.
I'm
Yeah.
like that as well. I'm even like at hurling matches or and I'm always looking at the crowd more than the game.
Yeah.
I went to watch the first thing I wanted to watch a hurling match, you know, and I did in
Yeah.
in Thurles, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you went up to the stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then I just wanted I like this sport, you know, hurling,
Yeah.
you know, and the story behind it, you know, as well. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a mad one. Like,
What made you open the shop?
oh, yeah. So
I always since I was a kid, I always like technologies and all
Yeah.
that, you know.
yeah.
And I always keen about them, you know.
Mm.
Like you know, when I was in high school, I wanted to become a software engineer, you know.
Oh, wow.
And then somehow I gave up studying, you know, because of the family reason. My mom, she suffered from schizophrenia, you know.
Oh,
And my
Okay.
sister, she suffered from schizophrenia, you know. So there was a personal life, you know. And,
it's difficult.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
and then I kind of give up studying, you know, and then I work for my family, you know.
Yes.
Started working for my family, supporting them, you
In
know.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Cool.
What
Yeah.
work did you do there?
Sorry.
What work did you do there?
I work as a sales assistant, you know. And even when I came to, I work in the restaurant as well. And then, you know, like my mom's family, they started supporting my mom back in 2007.
Yeah.
I came to England in 2007 as for a visit, you know. Me, my sister, my dad.
Yeah.
And because my mom's family, they wanted to see if that makes a difference for my mom and for my sister, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if there's a doctors, you know, like there's better doctors in England, you know.
Yeah.
To be honest, in professional, that's a very funny thing, you know. You know that in profession wise, the best doctors in the world are India and Bangladesh, you know.
Okay.
But in our country, there's no service
I
like
getcha, yeah,
in
yeah.
England,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But the doctors are from Bangladesh and India,
And they're working in England.
and they're working in
I
England, you
getcha,
know.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
get better service in England, you know,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
in any other country, you know.
England actually has a pretty decent mental health service. Yeah.
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 So
Eh.
your mother and your sister went to England then, or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
In 2007, you know, and then we went back, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And then, so kind of like opening the shop is a bit of a compromise for you. Like it gets you to do the kind of software stuff.
Yeah, like
Is that-
I like fixing things, you know. Like when I was little, you know, I always like fixing things, you know. Even I
Yeah.
used to fix my phones when I used to I'm very good at, you know, with people and with stuff, you know. I like to learn about new things. So like even technology, you have to learn every day.
Yeah.
There'll be new software update.
Yeah.
People are more confused with,
Mm.
And like when I opened the shop, the most customer coming to my shop are older generation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they, and
Trying to fix something. Have you like do you get like often like the older generations coming in with like simple stuff when it's just a case of turning on the phone or something like that?
somebody comes here, a lady, I forgot her name, she keeps messing up her phone, like
Yeah.
she's pressed
That's
something
me.
else.
That's
Definitely
me
her.
probably.
And
Haley is her name.
she comes here, and she said, "Look, can you do that for me again?" I don't charge her, like
Yeah.
because what am I gonna charge,
know.
for a minute,
Fiver.
and she appreciate that, and then
fiver.
like the people keep coming back. That's the best part.
Yeah.
She'd learn a lot quicker if you charge her a $5.
That'd be good.
Leave me alone, man.
And then people come when they buy, like I sell most phones now because when the people, the older generation, they buy door phones or smartphones,
Okay. Yeah.
Now they tend to buy smartphones now because they can talk to their families,
Facebook and all that.
in Facebook,
Yeah.
or like one lady, her grandchildren lives in Australia,
Yeah.
and she said it's so difficult for her to, use WhatsApp, and she came and I told her, this explained her, and like she bought a phone from me, and I told her, this is how you do it,
Yeah.
and she was so, she was delighted, like she said one thing, how come you're so patient, like
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't know how you find the patience because my mum lives in the UK and we're just after getting her a smartphone so she can WhatsApp with my daughter. Fucking hell, I thought I was like teaching that woman how to use WhatsApp. I swear to God, like.
You didn't enjoy teaching her, you thought you were saying.
I almost started smoking again. That's how stressful it was. Like, I know it's harder with family and stuff, but like, Jesus Christ.
How
Yeah.
do you keep calm when you're telling somebody something and they're
like
Yeah,
I seen as a good deed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I seen if you do a good deed, something will come back to you, automatically.
I know.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I actually seen that actually.
I agree.
I'll
Seen something
tell you,
coming back?
I'll tell you
Go on,
the
tell us.
exact point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been living in Thurles 5 years now, 6 years now.
Yeah.
I opened my own shop. Yeah,
Yeah.
every single people went to my shop
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
to support me,
Yes.
That's really
and
cool.
I understand why,
Oh,
because
exactly. Yeah.
I understand why, because I have been good to them.
Yeah. It's because of all.
Will I send my mum to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the people in Thurles. I appreciate the people in Thurles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like genuinely, like people.
I
Like,
had only one worse experience in Thurles.
what was it?
In Circle K.
What was it?
Oh, that was a very
That
bad
wasn't my
experience.
mum, was
The
it?
hatch.
You can go.
That's the hatch.
You can.
No, not in the hatch. I joined in Circle K in
Yeah.
2016 or 15, and there's one customer, and I didn't have any clue.
Okay.
He came here, with a Coke and something else, grapes and everything, and I was touching them and scanning them,
Yeah.
and he shouted at me, "Why you're scanning my stuff? You are not allowed to touch my stuff."
What?
Like in the roadway, like. And I said, "Why?" And he said, "No, I don't want someone else to touch my stuff."
What is he talking about? How would you do? How? What? So like, what was he? How was he going to get shopping?
Yeah, like
what?
he's got his own stuff, but I didn't know that.
What the hell? That's
That's
bizarre.
not, that wouldn't be
And
usual in a shop, would it?
that was before COVID-19,
No, that's so bizarre. Like,
And what
What?
you say? Yeah, okay, whatever.
No, my manager, her name was Kate. I think she moved
Okay.
back to Poland.
Okay.
She's very nice,
yeah.
and she refused to serve him.
Oh, good.
Good.
Was he on drugs? Like, was he?
No, I
right.
think he's racist.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah.
What the hell? Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Yeah. And then
So
she told me,
silly.
not to serve him.
What did you say? He was buying grapes
No.
and
Coke.
coke.
Coke. Yeah.
Where does he think the coke came from? It didn't come from fucking Mayo or fucking
Yeah, that was
racist
I was
Egypt.
wondering, I was
Yeah.
wondering, like the whole process if you make a Coke,
Exactly.
Probably
That's
100 people
very-
touched it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and none of them are Irish. So why?
Guaranteed that's only passed through the hands of a white person all the way through there.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus.
Oh.
God.
That's really.
That's the only
might give
one.
up the old fizzy
Only
drinks,
bad
he might.
experience in Ireland,
You kind
Yeah.
of wonder what to do with that. Like, what do you just ignore it? Like,
So have you like experienced much racism other than that? Like
No.
when
No.
So would you just ignore it? Like if like what
him,
you were
does he
saying?
bother you, or do you just
No.
No.
Yeah. No, that's good.
No, he came one night, and that was a funny story, And I was working behind the hatch, and he came and to buy a to get the diesel,
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was not in good mood that day, you know.
Yeah.
And he bought diesel, you know.
Yeah.
And he wanted to pay with cash, you know. I said, look, you have to pay by card, you know.
Yeah.
You have to tap it because you don't like touching my
Oh,
touching my stuff, you know. Why shall I touch? Why shall I touch your stuff?
Yeah.
And
That's
and
right.
he was, and then he was thinking, you know.
That's right. Good.
What did you say?
And he said, I don't have cards. I said, then you owe me apology, you know. Because now I have to I have to touch your money, you know.
Yeah.
You have touched it, you know.
Yeah, what did you say?
And you know, like he was so quiet, you know. Yeah, sometimes you have to, you know.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
You have to
Definitely.
let people, you know,
It's like
make them
holding-
realize, you know.
It's just bringing them aware.
It's like
bringing
holding a
them
mirror
aware.
up to
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
And saying, have a look.
That's a really good way of doing it too, because you're not like attacking them back. You're literally just reflecting upon them. Yeah, that's a really cool way of doing it. Like,
And like, does he look away from you, like, or whatever, when he sees you, like?
yeah,
No, he didn't look away. He just was looking at me like shock.
Yeah.
that's like he knew how it felt. Did you
Yeah.
see like? Did you feel like he knew what that felt like all of a sudden?
Probably.
Yeah. What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
you get your cans of Coke. Stop drinking Coke. Like, you go back to the fucking what TK Maxx. That's about the only Irish fizzy drink you can get.
How long has the shop been open now?
3 months, yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
And are you happy? Like, are you enjoying it as much
Yeah,
as you thought
I am,
you
yeah.
would?
Yeah. And yeah,
It's a lot of responsibility, you know. Like I didn't have any clue. Like I didn't never opened the business before, but it's a lot of responsibility, you know.
yeah.
Behind the scene, you're working so hard, you know.
You
Yeah.
move quick. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember you messaged us a while back, Crohic or whatever, about getting involved. And it's just like, and I hadn't seen you in a while or whatever. And then I went into the shop to ask you to stick up a poster the other day. And then you were like, you just come out. I was like, oh yeah, I'll stick up that. And then I was just like, what the hell? Yeah, what? You did that so quick in 5 months? You just.
No, a few months. When I left Circle K, I started working for deliveries for Apache, you know.
Okay.
And working for Apache for a while, you know. I still work for Apache, you know, for a few hours, you know, just to help them out, you know, in the weekends and to help me until I build my shop, you know.
Yeah.
So I have to sacrifice that, you know.
That's a good idea. Though. Is that hard? Like, so would you be working there during the day and then trying to get a few hours in at night?
No, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
And then my shop is closed on Sunday, so I have a full day to relax, you know.
Yeah.
Full day. What do you do in that day? I mean, how do you spend the time?
I spend my time with my girlfriend, you know.
Okay, right. That's it.
And what does she do? Is she working in the shop or what?
No, she doesn't work yet, you know. I think she's in college, you know. She does online classes.
Yeah. Is she from Ireland or is she?
She's from Bangladesh.
Okay, right. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Did she move over here or did you meet her here?
We are not married yet, registered, but we are married Islamically, you know. In
right.
religion, isn't it? But we haven't registered yet, you know.
Okay,
So
cool.
we're gonna register probably next year, you know.
And so like when you say you're married, like religiously, like have you had like a ceremony and?
A small ceremony, you know.
Okay,
only,
cool.
Only 6 people, I think.
And what does that consist of? Like here in Ireland, it's like, yeah, you have a bit of a man there in a black suit and a bit of a collar, and he'll say this and that. How are you getting on? And then you go back to a hotel, and everyone just drinks and gets messed up, and it's just like
fighting.
Yeah, they start fighting. They might even get divorced that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few divorces at a few weddings. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like I'd imagine it's more like, is it more calm, more relaxed, more like civilized. Peaceful, civilized?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. You know, it depends. Yeah. The marriages are people make people high. You know.
Yeah. Do everyone they drink too much tea?
Everyone is so excited. You know, not tea. They like roast chickens. You know.
I know.
They eat too much chicken.
Roast chickens, lambs, you know, or beef. Nice. You know.
So it's like a proper feast. Is the food? Like I feel like, would you say drinking is the main thing at Irish weddings, or the food?
I was at an Islamic wedding.
Oh really?
Yeah, in Glasgow, and it was the best food I've ever tasted.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know the first Muslim in Thurles? You'll be surprised.
First Muslim in Thurles?
Yeah, he's an Irishman, you know.
No way.
Michael, is it? No.
Michael, yeah.
Yeah, that's the wedding I was at.
Okay.
Oh, right. All right, so you know him. All right.
And he's the first Muslim in Thurles, you know. And that was long time ago.
Michael.
That's Thurles.
I don't know how does he become Muslim, you know, but he was the first Muslim in Thurles.
Yeah. That's
and then the second one, her name is Sarah. She's from Thurles as well.
So the first two were from Thurles.
Michael was a very good friend of mine. Like,
oh, right.
He's a very nice person, yeah. Michael Gleason, yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
And we would have gone to the Flog on the Bog together and all that kind of stuff.
No way.
Completely mayhem. And then Islam.
Nice, yeah.
He's a very calm person, isn't
He's
it?
a very nice person. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, you know, like how did he become Muslim, you know?
That's
because there was no other Muslim in Thurles.
Yes.
Yeah,
that
that is
time,
a
you know.
strange one, especially then. Like that, there was probably no internet and stuff. What was that?
No.
All right. There's probably like no internet and influence.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think of a Muslim? Like,
What do I think of
Yeah.
it? What do you mean, like
Islam.
as
like
a
what
whole?
do you think of me? Suppose if I ask you.
What do I think of you?
Yeah.
I think you're. I think I used to say this to all the lads whenever we used to. If I was like with a friend, and we'd go to Topaz, I used to think that like I don't know that you were genuinely the most infectious person in Thurles. And I've said this like since I've ever seen you in Thurles with your smile, and to the extent where I imagine even wearing the mask, you can still see your smile, because I could always see the smile in your eyes and not just your mouth. Like, do you know what I mean? And
The fake smile is on the mouth, isn't it?
well, yeah, exactly. If it's just in the mouth, but you've got the eyes. So like, what I think of you as a person is your genuine, pure soul or heart or whatever you want to call it. That doesn't seem to see the sort of division in others, and I could see that. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're just pure-hearted. That's what I think of you as a person. I don't know. I genuinely do find it hard to like see religions. Not that I don't believe in the religions, but I just
I
don't
see
know
the religion and the person separate. Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
So
see them the same.
Are you asking
thing.
like what do you think of like the Muslim religion, or as
Like,
you
know,
as a
like,
Muslim, or
you know, like what happened is nowadays, you know, like people like to level people, you know.
I know.
So you have to see as a person, you know, like you
Yeah.
cannot
Okay.
judge people based on their colors, religion.
Yeah.
When Kieran said
Ethnicity, you
that
know.
you were going to come on the podcast, and I asked who you were, and Kieran said he's probably the happiest man in Ireland.
yeah,
That was
I-
Kieran's explanation.
yeah. I genuinely
That's brilliant, you know, like I appreciate that, because I never ask anyone, you know, about you know how what
That's-
they think
yeah.
of me, you know. I never ask, you know.
Yeah.
You are the first person I ask you, you know.
yeah.
Because of that, because the reason is because, like, you know, like when you open social media and on Facebook
Yeah.
or news, you know, you see things, people are blaming each other, you know, in the name of religion or ethnicity, you know,
Yes.
So
or culture, you know.
if you're talking about that weird sort of like, there's a lot of people that find it hard to, it's conditioned within like the human psyche throughout the history of mankind to not trust the other tribe, to not trust the neighboring tribe, whether you're in an Amazon jungle. It's just like, be careful. You know, the first time, so there was a group of people, they grew up, they're not wearing any clothes, they're living in a forest, they're going out hunting, or all that, like real primal. Then all of a sudden they see moving in the bushes, and they're like, oh, is that another animal to hunt or whatever? But it's like, oh no, it's someone else, but it's not one of us. Wait, there's other humans here. And it's like, well, what do we do? Like, we're not going to fall in love with them straight away. We can't trust like that other tribe. Like, there's like, you don't know them. It's like, so that means they can do what we can do, except they're not us. And then people get scared. And that's like, that like sort of spread out through humans into, you know, to start not trusting other countries, trusting other religions and stuff. But why I'm saying that is there is a lot of misconception. People find it hard to trust people from other countries, and you know, from all other countries. Like, same people might find it hard.
McCarthy Burris, like
Yeah. But why I'm saying that is, that's like where, like, I genuinely believe that, like, those trust is found in the eyes. Like, I genuinely believe that, and that's why. Like, if you're asking, like, if it's any of those sort of thought processes, that might happen with other people, but you as an individual, your genuine smile and your genuine eyes eradicates any bit of fear.
Yeah.
We cannot have any fear towards you. No one could. Like, if they just got to see you in your eyes for 2 seconds and they looked into your eyes, no one could be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if you couldn't speak English, like, if people just had a chance to look into your eyes, they'd know. The problem is people don't look into each other's eyes. They just look from far. Or they look on Facebook and they see skin color and they see that they're not one of us, and then they get frightened. And that happens the world over in every country, like, in different nations. But just people start looking into each other's eyes, like, you know, if that guy who, like, was the one bit of racism you did experience, as you said, if that guy just stopped and actually wasn't so caught up in his own head for a minute and, like, seen, like, you know, the color of your skin, or they judged you, and he just, like, looked into your eyes, you can just be guaranteed that wouldn't have happened. He mightn't have been really nice because that's just the way he is, but people just can't be like that. And I genuinely believe that's the biggest problem in the world is we don't look into each other's eyes. I think that's the biggest the problem in humans right now. Yeah.
So basically what he's saying we have no problem with the Islam thing, but we're worried about the McCarthy Burris. Is that
definitely
it?
No? You can look into the McCarthy Burris eyes all you want. I do not trust them at all. I do not trust McCarthy Burris.
Yeah. Next thing you'll be hurling for them.
They've even learned to trust the English a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all about the eyes.
I seen people, like, see, the first man, like I'm a practicing Muslim, by the way.
Okay.
And then I try to, like, the first thing, if you want to be a good Muslim, you have to good to others,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's the main thing, But, like, when there's a negativity, like,
negativity,
like there's people, in all religion, there's bad people,
of course
there's monster, there's evils,
Yeah.
But what they think, they are the ones, who are the blame for,
I know it's
even like in mosque there'll be imam, like priest,
Yes.
if he's not a good person, he'll misbehave, like he's not an angel, he's a human,
Oh,
exactly.
he might
He's
be
not an angel, he's a
he
human.
might be a bad person, it doesn't matter he's a priest, but you don't know what's his intention in his head,
True,
Definitely. That's
like
that's in every
few
religion.
cases in church, in Ireland, Northern Ireland, or in the whole world, few mosques.
Yeah.
And if the imam, the priest, they has to be accountable as well,
Definitely.
Like you cannot look at them as
holier than thou, like.
he's a pious man, or he's a truthful,
yeah.
You have to see,
Yeah.
you have to do what he's talking, what he's doing,
Definitely. Yeah. It's so
But
bizarre.
the thing with entire world, we see people, like the people who are practicing,
Yeah.
we think, they are perfect people, but they are not,
Yeah.
Like we are designed by God. If we believe in Him, we are designed by Allah. That like we can do our own thing, our own way,
Yeah. Exactly.
No, you can choose to be good. You can choose to be bad. You have the freedom in your head, You can ask question. You can answer question,
I think you can sum.
And that's makes human beautiful,
Definitely. Like I think people should always question
And
things.
messy. Makes us very messy.
Yeah. As well. Yeah.
Probably someone likes you being messy,
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. That's true as well. Yeah.
I just read a thing, something I was reading last week or the week before was like a little kind of quote that you should give yourself before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, is God bless this mess.
Yeah.
Because it's just a whole human condition that everybody's kind of a little bit
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
messy.
And
That's okay.
it's
Like,
natural and
that's
expected.
what makes the world the kind of place it is. Like
Yeah.
But I think Thurles is a very
Messy town. Yeah. Me
no,
too.
not messy town. Thurles.
You're right. You never said a truer word.
I think Thurles is a
Quote.
it's a very good town with social,
Yeah.
with charitable,
Yeah.
I always seen every few months, like people are there to support each other,
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
There is a one girl, she used to work in Down store,
Okay.
and she had an accident,
Yes.
I forgot her name.
Oh, okay.
And when I came to Ireland, and I was walking towards the post office, I was running, the big post office,
Yeah.
and it was closed 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And she, she knows me, like when she serves me, and she said, "Do you need a lift?" I said, "Yes."
Yeah.
I need to go to post office, and it's closing in 5 minutes. And she gave me a lift,
No way.
And I remember that. And she had an accident, and people in Thurles everywhere supported her. I forgot her
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Not sure. Yeah.
I forgot her name, and she was very friendly,
Yeah. There is.
And then in Thurles, people see every single one is attached to a community or an organization,
True.
a charity organization,
Yeah.
darkness into lights, or NCVI, or anything. People in Thurles are in good form,
Definitely. Yeah.
When you stick together,
Mm.
never in trouble, to be honest.
do you think you'll stay here? Do you think you'll settle in Ireland?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
If Ireland allows me to.
But
the immigration in Ireland is so strict. They know that.
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
It's one of the toughest immigration in Ireland. You know.
Yep. Yeah. I've had to do it, and I'm waiting on my daughters still. Like it's it's hard.
It's one of the toughest
what
immigration.
What did you do? Just fill in loads of forms and stuff like that.
Yeah, like even those people, like even doctors. Yeah. They lived in Ireland for 6-7 years, and they applied for a passport, and it takes 2 years' time,
Yeah.
And there's so many people, so many undocumented people, living 14, 15 years or 15 years in Ireland, and they're still waiting,
That's so mad,
Like there's no timeline, there's no sort of guidelines
no,
to
there's
it. It's
nothing,
just like this randomly open system.
Yeah.
That is so mad.
Wow.
Well, we're keeping you if you let us keep you out. Like I don't. Like
if Ireland kicked me out, I think I cannot stay here.
They will. No, we'll stop them. We have the greatest podcast. We have a platform. Yeah, we'll just talk about it.
We've got a little bit of power now.
Yeah,
but I think the people in Ireland, most kind people. The day I came to Ireland, I knew that.
Oh, good.
Because there was I forgot his name,
What you say? Sorry, the day you came to Ireland.
Yeah, I know the people in Ireland are very kind,
Okay, right.
There was one car stopped, and I seen 4 people running to that car,
Oh, yeah.
and pushing that car.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, in your first day in Ireland, you seen that?
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I always love that small stuff like that. Just something sense of power.
If you keep paying your taxes as well, they'll keep you. Don't worry. Just keep
another
paying
thing,
your
I remember in one of your episodes, you said crossing a lady.
In a podcast, helping an old lady across the road. Yeah. Have you ever done that?
No, I never
it's
done
mad.
that.
Hey, I've only done it once, but like that's why I was asking Tommy in the last episode, is because you see it in movies the whole time. It's like the textbook thing to do in movies. It's like that's if a director of a movie wants to show someone is generous, they'll have them help an old lady cross the road. But it's like that never actually happens. And I was only thinking about that like a few weeks before. Like I was just thinking about that one time, how that never actually happens. And then 2 weeks later I was walking into the square, and then like it was I literally thought I was like on acid, or I was dreaming or something.
The same story twice.
Yeah. In 2 weeks in a row.
It is a classic. It is a classic.
2 weeks in a row.
I think that
3 weeks in a row. Sorry.
I think that story needs updating now. I think it should
I know,
be like somebody helping an old lady across the road. It should.
No, but I never told you the part last time. So she asked me, could I help her across the road, and I helped her across the road, and there was an alligator on the other side.
Why didn't you tell that last time?
Because it just was.
I'm thinking this story mightn't be true.
No.
But then it should be updated, that whole kind of idea. It should now be like somebody that helps an old lady with a mobile phone.
Oh yeah.
That should be the
no,
update.
that's the new one.
Oh, you're right. I know what you're saying now.
Because that would be like, that's
but then what?
I've kind of
we don't also want them getting hit by
cars. I've kind of an opposite of that
do
story is like when we were kids, when you're learning to walk or whatever.
Oh, okay.
My grandfather was kind of like a Father Jack character, just sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
He used to put out his foot and trip us, and just that he thought that was hilarious. And my mother was saying, "Stop doing that!
He's dead right.
Stop doing that!" He'd just laugh. He'd be walking like that, and bang.
Jesus. That is the opposite. Yeah.
Pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think the next time I'm helping an elderly cross the road, tripped him, get them back for. Jesus.
You can take the legs from under old people really easily.
Old people and toddlers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Well, you might see us doing that next
they're
week.
not that nice. We've nice people and bad cars. That's what we have.
Jesus.
What a lovely note.
Yeah. We'll finish up now. And thanks a million for coming on. And if people in Thurles will watch this,
shop.
Yeah, so Q Mobile. Like if you go to your shop,
where exactly is Q Mobile, Kieran?
It's like carry-out. That's my point reference to everything. To alcohol.
Yeah, it's beside Bits and Bobs.
Bits and Bobs. Yeah,
down at the bottom of the square.
Let's promote my neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's a big castle there. Yeah, if you need to get your Bits and Bobs, go into the Bits and Bobs, and if you need to get your technology, like phone fix and whatever, go there.
So you fix phones, cell phones, what else?
Loads of sort of really cool
technology.
sound equipment.
And if someone wants to give up cigarettes, I can.
Vape.
Vape. That's.
I can guide them.
You sell guns? No.
Sorry?
Guns.
No.
Why instead of
no,
vapes?
no guns, no bongs, you know.
Oh yeah.
No guns and no bombs.
Maybe the next shop you open could be a gun shop.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
So
No.
mobiles and technology.
Yeah.
I think
You'll
they're.
have to open the gun
I'll
shop
do the
then.
gun one beside you.
Oh yeah. They're good. Yeah. So we'll finish up there anyway.
And thanking you all, you know, for
Thanks for coming.
inviting me, you know.
Thank
Hey,
you.
wait 1 second.
I
Go on.
You want to go on?
No, go on.
Go on, keep going.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, you know, for
Oh, yeah. This is how sound he is.
He's our first guest
To bring us stuff.
bring us stuff. He brought us these chocolates, and that's
sound.
meant, and genuinely,
Thank you
that
very
sums
much.
it all up. Please get your phones fixed in his shop, because for this reason,
And we'll all eat chocolate.
yeah. And any other guests coming on in the future, hello. No, I'm only messing. Just come and we appreciate.
this is my first podcast, you know.
Really?
Podcast, no, or first show to talking to someone in front of camera, you know.
Yeah. How would you find it?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I
Were you nervous?
I was nervous, you know, in the
Yeah.
beginning. You know, I said, would I say something wrong or anything in the beginning or during the podcast? You know,
Yeah.
I was worrying about that, you know. But I actually forgot about the podcast
Good.
after 10 minutes, you know.
That's good. That's what we aim on
Because
doing.
we're such great crack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and thanks for that, you know.
Oh yeah, thanks a million for saying that as well. Yeah, so if you've watched this the whole way through, I'd like you to know that you could have listened on Spotify if you want, but you can next time anyway. You can also, if you're listening on Spotify, you can also watch this, watch the video version at youtube.com/everything for nothing. Anything else to add, Hugh and Haley, before we go? Before we go, tell us your deepest, darkest secrets.
Okay. My deepest, darkest secret.
Quickly. What are you guys saying? Right.
No.
See you next week. Bye. Bye.